With me is PBA Hall of Famer Chris Barnes. Chris, how's it going for you so far in 2024?
Well, this tour is almost over, so I've been grinding to try and stay exempt. Still in around the 40th or so point-wise, which once upon a time was inconceivable that I could be down that low. But that's the life of the tour. You get older, and the young guys there's always somebody new coming along. So,
well, I watched about a game and a half today, going up and down the concourse. You still throw a ton of works out there.
Well, I try, but rev rate-wise, I'm still 100 behind the average these days.
Are you really?
Yeah, when I first came on tour, I'm around 400. I was in the top 10%, and now I'm in the bottom 25. I mean, Tommy's now an average in 475. It's kind of, really 475 to 500 is kind of the average out here now of the top players.
Now you still have that intensity. If you don't strike, you're like wondering what happened out there. I mean, you still have that intensity, like you expect them to fall.
Well, I'm not wondering what happened. I'm just irritated I didn't make the right move to make it happen.
There you go.
And so, I'm not a believer in bad luck, but I do get irritated with lack of good decisions or execution. And that's at 54. The execution parts aren't as good as it was when I was 34. So.
I think you've won over 50 PBA titles when you count everything. When you count the regionals, the tour, everything else.
Sounds good to me.
It sounds pretty good out there. And you started off your career with the bang, with the Player of the Year, the Rookie of the Year. Only 5 guys, including yourself, have ever done that. You came out to a great start in your career. I mean, the early Chris Barnes. I mean, you came out, you must have really thought that you were going to just take the whole world by storm.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't come on tour until I was 28.
There you go. That's late.
I went to college first, bowled on Team USA for 4, qualified for a 5th year. I did that after college, so I spent 8 years bowling high rollers and mega bucks and team challenges and action matches and whatever I could find. And I did the amateur game for quite a while. The tour was struggling at the time a little bit, and then just decided it was time to figure out if I could really play with the best of the best. And first year didn't go great, but after that it was a pretty nice ride for about the next 15 years.
Yeah. Now you bowl all those high rollers, and that must have given you the real medal to know that when you're bowling with your wad of cash against somebody else, that if you took their wad of cash, you might have a chance out here.
Well, amateur bowling is certainly different because it was a lot of cash, and it was all it was on the line every time. What you have to invest to make money on the amateur side, because you're going for entry fees. Out here, you're going for sponsor money, and so it's a different level. But with that sponsor money comes a lot of other guys that throw pretty good too. So.
Sure. I talked to Lee Trevino a few years ago, and he told the story a few times, but he says,
who makes it to the top 16 for
pressure for me,
bracket elimination round.
So
you get 5 minutes of
when you
warm-up.
had 50 cents in your pocket, you were bowling, or not bowling, you were golfing for $5 or $50 a hole. He said that he got real good real quick.
Yeah, I think you certainly cut my teeth on those kind of things and those kind of moments, and you had a lot of them in the amateur side of things where I got a chance to play to win, or I got a chance for every shot when you're bowling in brackets and you got a lot of money in the brackets. Every 10th frame matters, and so I think that carried over on the tour, and I've had good runs and bad runs on TV, and I had a lot of good runs to make TV. And so a lot like today. Today I had the last 6, and I gave the check, and this week those checks are pretty good size. So a $4,000 check means pay some bills.
Well, there you go. Just a couple more questions. 2010, you win the World Series of Bowling.
Okay. Yeah.
And that must have been just a great moment for you. You won a lot of money, big stage. I mean,
it was a bucket list because that was the last leg of the Triple Crown, and I bowled for that World Championship title twice before that. Same with the Masters 3 times before that, and those are the 2 that eluded me. And Bill was the best bowler that week, O'Neill, but I was able to get by him one time on the show. It had happened to me enough times. It's hard to feel bad about it, but there's always some empathy for a guy who really dominates all week, and that was one of them where I marched up the ladder. I think I might have been 5th or so, and so I won 4 matches on TV to win the title.
But you've had that done to you.
Oh, lots of times. I've been on the wrong end of that way more times than I've been on the right end of it. So TV didn't treat me that well. You know, my thing was I was versatile. I could make them a lot of different things, but picking the right thing in a one-game match, you know, I picked up on a little too late of just really narrowing down the options, and it just outblowing me, which is kind of how I got there to begin with. And later in my career, I got way better on those on TV. I just didn't make as many shows, unfortunately. And so had I picked it up a little bit sooner, had I come on tour at 23, you know, maybe I'd have 15 more titles, or maybe I'd have washed out and burned out because I wasn't quite good enough yet or mature enough to handle the struggles I had.
Final question, your son,
Yeah.
he's going to try to be out here on tour next year, and walk us through a little bit. I'm sure he's seen your career and he knows what it took to make it. What kind of advice are you giving?
Well, I mean, 100%. He played basketball and baseball through high school. Really didn't bowl a whole bunch until after his high school was over, and then started taking it serious. And his improvement in work ethic is. You can yell about it if you want, but if they don't really want to do that, they're not going to.
No, they're not.
And he puts in the work. And when he went there, he wasn't even good enough to make the varsity his freshman year. And you know, now 4 years later, he's made a TV show out here already in the major earlier this year, and you know, he's learning all the time. And I think he's got the best part. My wife's a psychology major, and obviously she's in 5 or 6 Hall of Fames. You know, and I'm an engineering brain type, and so I'm breaking down all the little minutia, and he's got a little bit of both of that. And I think he has a chance to really be something special.
Chris, thank you so much for taking the time. And hey, good luck. I know that I hear you're gonna keep coming out here, so they probably won't take you anymore.
Well, I'll keep trying. They're gonna send me home soon enough, but we'll see how long that lasts.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.